Morning, guys. How are you? Good morning. Hi, Morgan. Hi, Tracy. Hi, guys. Oh, did you hear the macaws flying right by? Two macaws. They usually fly together. Beautiful, right in front of me. The red ones. Hi, good morning. How are you doing? How are we doing? Happy Wednesday. How are we feeling? Are we feeling light? Are we holding our center? So holding our center means, are we holding our resonance? Um, we can, in one day, hi, Maud, how are you? In one day, we can be in so many different resonances, and we can correct ourselves. And that's really, when I say correct ourselves, I mean, we can dip into the places where we used to roam. And sometimes we do it just to see how far we've come. Sometimes we do it unknowingly because we got distracted. The clearer you become, the more important it is to just be really aware, to be aware of your surroundings. And because this is such an intense time, as the consciousness shifts, many people are going to move into the higher consciousness, and many won't. And I've always said to everyone that there is no right or wrong or good or bad. It's just a choice we make. But if you're here, it means that you you want you want to be part. Thank you, Tony. You want to be part of a higher consciousness, which means that you really want to know yourself. You want to be able to support humanity from a clear um, you want to be able to support humanity from your highest, which means the highest frequency that you can attain. And we're able to see people who are deciding on perhaps a different type of path. We're able to see them and hold them through the eyes of love and really support them in their choices. And when I first started off doing this work, I was really confused when I had found such a beautiful space and perspective to exist from. Good morning, Larissa. To exist from, that I really didn't understand why others wouldn't want to feel that way too. But, maybe in another lifetime, maybe in another incarnation, they were like, they were riding the highest wave. And this time they wanted to experience the collective suffering. They wanted to experience a denser way of being. And there's nothing wrong with that. So we do this so much. We come in, we come out. We come in, we come out of the fleshy, of the human experience, and it's just what we've decided to do this time. And so, like I said, there are many, many, many. Like there are millions and millions of people who are really waking up to, I want to know myself. I want to feel more centered. I want to be here in a way that is like really in service. And we can't do that from the lower frequencies. So yes, we can be in communities in the lower frequencies. We can share in the lower frequencies, but we're not going to be able to influence change if we're still carrying around a lot of baggage. Okay. And so this is a space where we release what we've collected. We release basically the weight that's on our shoulders, so we can feel spry, clear, and concise. And so when we give an answer, it's an answer. It's not necessarily our answer. It's through a clear filter. and so that's when I talk to you guys, it's like the answers come from a clearer, it's always spiritual. Like it's always beyond space and time that I answer to you, because that's ultimately where we come from. So, and we want to help the children, because the children that are coming in here now, they really want to be part of this new consciousness. So, we're playing catch up with them. Many of us are playing catch up with the kids to get in position so we can really, um, be respectful of them and not hand over our baggage. Here, take my baggage. Like that's what lineage does. Family lineage says, like, oh, here, like I've been carrying this for eons and eons now. It's your turn to carry it. We're not meant to do that. We're meant to allow them to be these creative, free flowing, beautiful, innocent wonderments. And and not speak to them from lack, and not speak to them from suffering, and not speak to them from scarcity and fear. We're meant to hold and show them, it's like, I've got you because I've taken responsibility for myself. So that's a lot of kind of jumping all over the place there, but I want to talk about, because that's what this time is. It is jumping all over the place. But if you're here, it means you want to clarify, and that's what we're going to do. So let's start the activation today. We're going to release the baggage. We haven't done this in a while. Throw it on the table. We're going to throw it on the table, and it's a great, physical way to imagine, how it feels and looks to release what we don't want. We can throw fear on the table. We can throw illness on the table. We can throw thought patterns on the table. Pretty much anything. We can throw our past on the table. We can throw our traumas on the table. We can throw fear of the future on the table. A deep breath in. I might mute, guys, if necessary, because there's someone in my yard, and Tony's that's his job, as he's reacting to them. But so as we take a deep breath in. As we take a deep breath in, imagining a beautiful path, a mountain. We're going to be climbing up a hill. So you've got a backpack on. And in that backpack, it's everything. It's all the things you've collected. So your lineage. This is good practice, guys, is to barrel through it. Life's interruptions, because that's the outside world. So let's keep going. Tony. So in the backpack are our illnesses, the health issues, the heart issues, the blood issues, the organs that are not supported, the aging part of ourselves that's in the backpack. Things we've done, medically done, that perhaps we'd like to release. It could be anything. For me, I'm releasing an anesthetic that I had, because it does have, everything as a side effect. So I'm releasing that right now. No fear. We're just being aware of what's in the backpack. So the mind. So imagining in the backpack the worry, the skittishness perhaps some of us are feeling around the future, the confusion some people are feeling, the complexity of the mind. Many people are really intellectual, and we're going for a higher type of intellect, one that is clear and we can just access. We don't have to, like those big dusty old libraries. We don't want to be a big old dusty collection space. We want to be vast and open so we can, as we need information, it's there for us. So putting that in our back. So fear, all the things. And then the higher self, it's like that's where the lineage is, the patterns that our forefathers, foremothers ran, a lot of scarcity, abuse, really wretched, actually, how humans have been and continue to be through the millennium and beyond. So feeling all of that in your backpack, do you feel the weight of your backpack as you're walking? So we want to bring that into our awareness, what you have in your backpack. And there's always something to release. We're never there. So as we're walking, and it's even heavy to walk. So that's how most people walk through life. And unknowingly, they don't know how light they could actually be. How clear they could actually be. How expansive, how centered, how grounded they could actually be. So feeling the weight on our back, on our shoulders, the weight of the world on our shoulders. We can say it's someone else or something else that's causing that weight. No, that's not true. Why have we allowed that in our sacred frequency field? That's us, that's on us. These are our teachers. So the weight is simply a teacher. It's for us to know what isn't true so we can let it go. So as we're climbing up this beautiful hillside, mountainside, yes, it's a burden. There's some suffering as we're climbing, but not for long. In front of us, a beautiful table, a large table. Empty, but here to serve you, here to support you. You are supported. The table saying, just give it to me. Whatever it is, I'm ready to take it and dissolve it for you. So this is you working with yourself. So as we reach into our backpack, let's set it on the ground, reaching into the backpack. What are you ready to put on the table? Toxic relationship. Put it on the table. A fear that you can't seem to release no matter how hard you try. Pulling it out, putting it in your hands. Let's just feel it, because this is big. Feel the fear. Perhaps the fear of death. By the way, we never truly die. It's really just a fear of letting go, fear of the unknown. That's all. So as we take a deep breath in, let's place that on the table. 1, 2, 3. And placing that fear or fears on the table. already, feeling lighter. Okay. Next, anything physical, some people back pain, whatever it is, lift it up out of the backpack. Feel it in your two hands like an offering. Really feel the weight of it. It could be a bunch of physical things, or it could simply be anything that's causing my body not to thrive, be an accumulation, a gathering, a bunch of frequencies. So really feel that, feel the weight of that. As we take a deep breath in and just place it on the table. And in the backpack, whatever's next. We're not going to name it now because you guys can pull it up because you've got your own thing. So pull it up, put it into your two hands. Feel the weight of it. Perhaps you could even love it. Makes it easier when we love it. We release it with love. There's a softness that comes in. It's not extreme. It still works, but it's less firm, simpler. So feeling this, you take a deep breath in and just feeling yourself getting lighter again. Let's keep going. There's a few more. Reaching into the backpack. In your two hands. Feeling the density, but no longer serves you. It was your teacher. It had its time and place, no regrets. But you're ready for a new adventure. You're ready for a shift, an upgrade, a higher perspective. So with a deep peace and calm, as you really feel it, let's take a deep breath in, place it on the table. Let's get quiet as we feel ourselves. As we feel the table and feel the separation. As we feel the stillness. As we feel the grace of letting go. Deep honoring of yourself. And as we take a deep breath in, we're just going to watch the table with whatever we put on it. We're going to watch the table just dissolve in front of our eyes and become one with source, one with the ether. Just become molecules and just be swept away. Just like that. 1, 2, 3. And away it goes. As we're standing here on our paths, just feel yourself back. No need for it anymore. You've got everything you need inside. So feeling that pulsing truth, resonance. Locked in with the eternal you. Feel the strength of that. Feel the calm. It's like you're an anchor. A lighthouse. First and foremost for yourself, but for everyone else too, no matter what they've decided for this life. You're just here for them. So as we take a deep breath in, we're just gonna let go of that and come back into the physical. 1, 2, 3. We're going to bring it through. So bringing that shift through, just locking it in wherever you are. And just feeling yourself here. So as you open your eyes, the shift is real. A shift of awareness, a shift of perspective. And all inside of you. Larissa, last night, my 7-year-old asked me what I'm most happy about in my life and kept asking about heaven and how he never wants me to die. It's a lot. My head hurts sometimes. So this work is very important to me. Yeah, exactly. Because just as we're born, we will transition through, but the beauty of a birth, really the beauty of a death, it's the same. It's the same. It's not meant to be, one is happy, one is sad. But many of us we're not, as we increase our frequency, we'll really start to feel that. And if I was afraid to die, yeah, sometimes I can feel he can read my thoughts. Of course he can. Hello. Animals can. Kids can, of course they can. And that's why they're so lonely most of the time with their parents, because their parents aren't working, like there's not an open circuit. The parents aren't, reciprocating in that way because we've shut that down, but we're opening that up again. We didn't used to even need to talk to each other. We didn't used to. I really don't like talking. I'm talking here because it's important because everybody's, learning. But I prefer to be quiet because we can do it all with our, intuitively with each other. Frequencies have no frequencies have no words. They have no tongue. They are what creates everything. So if we can get that adjusted, you'll find yourself really changing how you live in the world. So, okay, guys. Lots of new people have been signing up for Mighty Networks, which is great. So please keep sharing. It's free on purpose. Idea that was so good, and I really felt I brought that shift forward. Exactly. That's it. You bring the shift forward. And yeah, so keep sharing because it's a really important time for all of us. So, I'm trying to as best I can end suffering. I ended the suffering within myself and then showing others that we don't have to suffer anymore. So we still have challenges. I have lots of challenges, but I don't suffer through them. I just two shoulders in because I know on the other side is expansion, connection, closer, 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 closer to that oneness, the greatest love. Two shoulders in, all the way home to the greatest love. Okay, guys, have a great day. See you soon. See you tomorrow.